Good afternoon, YouTube. So we're back up here on the canyon trail that runs across there. Just around the ridge here is Waterwheel Creek. You can probably hear that in the background. And anyway, I came up here about a year ago and went up this trail here that I call the Waterwheel Creek Trail because if you go all the way up to the top of the ridge, you hit the Waterwheel Creek Trail on this old trail here. So last year when I went up, I wasn't intending to go up here. I just saw this by accident and went up just to see what was up here. I got up to about 2,200 foot elevation and I lost the trail up there in the tall grass. Like I said, I wasn't planning to go up here, and I didn't look at the map or anything ahead of time, and I didn't have a hillshade map of this area. Lost the trail, so I turned around and came back down, and now with my larger hillshade maps that I made for the trips I did a couple weeks ago where I went down to Gold Mine Creek, that map now goes all the way up to the top of the ridge, almost to the top, but it goes up to the old roads that it turns out I stopped about 100 yards short of. I'd hit a grove of trees, and that's where I lost the trail, and if I had just gone through that grove of trees up there, I would have hit another road. So I'm going to try this again, see if I can get up there and find that road. And there's a couple of interesting things up there, so I figured, well, I'll go up and take a look. And it's probably about the last chance I'll have to do that this year, at least this spring, because it's starting to warm up here, and the poison oak is growing up, and the ticks and all that stuff is starting to get going pretty good. Let's head up the hill. Since I recorded all this last year, I'll fire the camera up when I get up to that grove of trees up at the top. Okay, yeah, made it up to where I stopped last year. Got to the top of this grassy ridge here. Yeah, there's patches of this grass starting like around 1,700 feet, and then it is grass, and then trees, and then back to grass. And then you get up here, and yeah, this was this grove of trees, and this is one of the branches of Waterwheel Creek down here. What I'll do is fire up my hillshade map on Osmand, and I want to see where over here that old road is. Okay, there I am on the top of this little ridge here. You can see there's a sort of ridge running off to like the northwest, and then there's this branch of Waterwheel Creek, and then just like northwest of me is what looks like an old pond dam that's maybe been breached or washed out. And then there was a couple of roads down there, so I think I might try to go around to the east and north and kind of swing around this gully here. I'm not sure how deep it gets. It doesn't look very deep on the map. I'll just try to find a place through here where I can get through with minimum brush. Okay, I kind of took the long way around. I think the ridge I came up on is on top there, and I sort of swung around the upper end of this gully and kept coming around and around, and I think this is the old pond here, and this was the pond dam. Look at this thing, it's rock. This was all faced with rock. Look at that, hand laid. Must be a big boulder over there. Wow, that is old. You know, modern stuff, you just bring in a excavator and a bulldozer and pile up some dirt and pack it. But look at this thing. Wow, all hand stacked. Those are big rocks. Yeah, those are like massive rocks in there, all loose stacked. According to the map, right around here is where it was probably breached. You can see there's still rocks there. There's the end of the rock. So yeah, this is probably the pond dam here. But then right around in here should be one of those roads. I think there's a road that comes down and then kind of swings back there, makes a U-turn. So yeah, this must have been a pond at some time. Doesn't look like there's any permanent water. I mean, it's a really wet year and there's no water up here. It's all dry. But just down there, I can hear water. So this is the upper part of Waterwheel Creek. And maybe I'll poke around over here a little bit, see if I can find one of those roads. Yeah, look at this oak tree here. That is massive. And it's still alive. I wonder how old that thing is. Look at that. Probably had a lot of water right here. It was basically growing on the pond dam. So yeah, let's go over here and see what I can find. Okay, yeah, that pond dam was back here in through these trees. I had to kind of go up over it. I think this is the road. Yeah, this is definitely the road that shows up on the hillshade map. A lot of growth on this, and trees kind of growing over the road. And yeah, it might be worth coming back up here again and just head for this point and keep going, because I think you can follow this road up and then you might have to jump up to one of the higher up roads and get up to Waterwheel Creek. So yeah, that would be kind of neat to hook up all the way up to the Waterwheel Creek Trail and then come back down. So yeah, this would probably be the road you'd take up. I think this road runs up the Waterwheel Creek Canyon on the side, and then at some point you'd probably have to jump up to the next road on the next bench up, and you might have to do that like twice. I'll have to look at the map and see if any of the roads connect up there. This is pretty neat, yeah. Pond dam and an old road way up here. And I think someplace up here is the spring that Waterwheel Creek comes out of. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff up here. But anyway, I got to sign off and head down the hill. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. And as always, thanks for watching.